Hey guys, welcome to our 5th devlog. Sadly, it was delayed by unforeseen circumstances, but here we are again with a bundle of news to share. A quick rundown for those who have joined us for the first time. I'm Freya from the Mech Arena community team, and this is our devlog where we talk about upcoming features and updates to your favorite mech shooter. Some of the features we'll touch on are in the very first stage of development, so they might get changed, delayed, or outright scrapped in the future if something doesn't work out. Keep that in mind. Before we move on to our future plans, I'll quickly recap the features we discussed in the last devlog. Battle Pass has seen a good deal of success, though we had experimented with it for a little while before settling on the current mechanics. You can expect to see future Battle Pass seasons launch on a regular basis, and we are still going to work on improving the content those seasons offer. Right now, we are thinking of adding weapons to the Battle Pass rewards at some point in the future, but that decision is not yet final. We're also going to work on making objectives more varied and fun in the long run, instead of just focusing on a play a gazillion battles. Both mechs that we teased in the previous episode went live, and we've kept a close eye on their performance. Stalker, for example, has been buffed not so long ago, to make sure it can compete with other attackers. On the other hand, Tango managed to fill its niche well, and thus far, we don't think it needs any changes. Oh, and we are working on new ways of obtaining both these mechs too. Keep an eye out for future events. Speaking of new mechs, the very newest addition to our arsenal has just arrived, the Aegis. This flashy new tank generates an invincible defensive bubble on the battlefield, offering excellent defensive capabilities. How excellent? We're not sure yet. The mech has been released recently, very recently at the time of recording, so we are still gathering feedback and data. It did work great when we tested it internally, but you'll have to let us know in the comments how the Aegis is working out for you. If you thought that's enough mechs, think again. We have another one in development, and it's going to be a mean one. Look at this bad boy. Codenamed Loki, this epic rarity support mech will bring new tricks to the battlefield and emphasize teamwork. That's a trend we want to follow with future releases, as well to make sure mech roles have a greater impact on gameplay. Unfortunately, there is not much more we can tell you about Loki right now, but stay tuned, we'll reveal more info later on. Mechs are great and all, but very few of them can do without guns. Luckily, we've got that covered as well. Beam weapons are going to get their first legendary, and it's already in development right now. Our team promises to add unique mechanics, so it won't be just another laser. How exactly will it work? Well, we have invented a laser that makes an enemy mech crush itself, literally. Introducing the Graviton Beam. This weapon fires a stream of gravity-inducing particles, which build up on the target until they hit critical mass, at which point, boom! A bit of the mech is crushed inward, and there is much rejoicing. You'll see a puff of dust and fire as the internal components of the mech rupture, but the real damage is on the inside. This new beam will deal a bit of damage whenever you manage to hit an enemy with it, and it will begin filling a status effect bar, just like you get with thermal lens and stasis beams. But rather than applying overheat to the target, filling that bar will cause an implosion that deals massive damage at the end. Best of all, it fills up faster if you have several Graviton beams targeting the same mech. Should the enemy run away and take cover, it will still take some time for the reaction to neutralize, so you'll have a few seconds to catch up and finish what you started without losing too much progress on the implosion effect. So far, we think the Graviton Beam will have a decent range of 100 meters and come in 3 variants, 10, 12 and 16 energy per gun respectively. As you can see, that's a toy for the best attack mechs in the arena. We also have a couple of new legendary pilots to show off today. First up is Lotus, a former dancer from India who found her passion for Mech Arena. It turns out her grace and coordination were perfect for the job. With that background in mind, our artists worked out a design that incorporates many traditional Hindu elements, adjusted to fit Lotus' futuristic attire. And Lotus won't be arriving alone. Meet Oksana, the face of space in the world of Mech Arena. She's a brilliant engineer who has single-handedly reinvigorated the space exploration industry of the Mech Arena universe. But that's not all. She also will have the Mech Arenas you've been fighting in. She's been obsessed with the arena since she was a little girl, and her engineering skills aren't her only skills. She's jumping at the opportunity to compete in the arena herself. Like with Lotus, our artist included many visual elements associated with classic Ukrainian styles, such as the vyshyvanka shirt and long braids. And the yellow and blue bodysuit is hard to miss. Which one of these pilots do you look forward to the most? Let us know in the comments below. We've also received plenty of good feedback about Site 313, Imperial Temple and other maps released since our previous vlog. It's clear you guys love a variety of battlefields, and we are always happy to oblige. Right now, there are 4 new maps in development. One of those maps will be designed for Control Points Clash, 3 for death matches, but all of them are united by their shared aesthetics, an industrial area somewhere in Eastern Europe. A teaser image was actually hidden outside the window in the background of the Season 5 Battle Pass window. Go check the videos from back then and see for yourself. Beyond that, we don't have much to show, except some preliminary materials, but even those are starting to shape up. Alright, those are our plans for now. Let's move on to our traditional Q&A and start with the question Smokes-a-Lot asked of us. We have no plans for adding VR support to Mech Arena right now, and it's a bit early to even think about it. We still have the planned Mech Arena release for PC and Mac to handle first, but we'll consider all our options for sure. Good news, Ilya! PvE game modes are a feature that we've wanted to add for a while now, though it's not going to go live anytime soon. We'll start developing something like that after Mech Arena clans are finished. We hope it will become a huge part of the game and that it will be a lot of fun. Actually, you should be able to do that already at home. Just launch your music app, launch Mech Arena, and make sure the game music slider is over at 0. If you're having troubles with that, it might be due to some specific app issues. And that's it for today's vlog. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to leave your question or feedback in the comments below. As always, we'll pick some of the questions to answer in the next Q&A. Until next time, happy hunting! Feel its niche well, and we don't think it's in any next I'm dead inside as well. So you have a few. So you have a few seconds. So you'll have a few seconds to catch up and finish what you started without losing too much progress on the implosion effect. She's jumping at the opportunity to compete in computer. A former dancer from India who found her passion for Mech Arena, it turns out. And to leave your question or